People use these teachings to strengthen a false sense of self, dividing the world into us and them, or believers and non-believers. But things are changing. Many people are exploring spirituality without relying on traditional religions. We step closer to true inner peace and harmony within others. Welcome to the Wisdom of Persia. I'm your host, Fateme Kazemi. Today I want to talk about the arising of a new consciousness from the book A New Era by Eckhart Tolle. Throughout human history, ancient religions and spiritual traditions have highlighted a shared insight that humanity's normal state of mind is marred by a fundamental defect or dysfunction. But alongside this insight comes a glimmer of hope, the potential for a radical transformation of human consciousness. Many teachings refer to this transformation by different names: enlightenment in Hinduism, salvation in Christianity, or the end of suffering in Buddhism. Despite their varied terminology, they all point to a similar inner evolution toward peace and freedom. Recognizing our own dysfunction, humanity's greatest achievement isn't its creation in art, science, or technology. Instead, it is the recognition of its own dysfunction, its own madness. This awareness of our state of mind has emerged slowly over time, beginning with individuals like Gautama Siddhartha, known as Buddha, and Lao Tzu, who wrote the profound Tao Te Ching. Recognizing one's own insanity is a crucial first step toward healing and transcendence. A new consciousness begins to emerge. These early spiritual teachers try to show people how their lives were driven by suffering, delusion, and a sense of separation. They offered a path out of this collective nightmare of human existence, pointing to the potential for a life of harmony and connection. Although their teachings were misunderstood and even distorted over generations, they planted seeds of awakening that persist. How religions become divisive. Despite the wisdom these spiritual paths offer, many religions eventually become divisive. Instead of ending violence and fostering love, they often caused more divisions. This happened because teachings that once transcended the mind's dysfunction became rigid ideologies that people identified with. Rather than realizing the oneness of all life, people use these teachings to strengthen a false sense of self, dividing the world into us and them, or believers and non-believers. As humans shape their concept of God in their own image, they reduce the infinite and eternal to an idea of my God or our God. This limited mental concept of God became something people could believe in and fight over. However, despite this distortion, the essential truth still shines within all religions. But this truth can be hard to see unless one has glimpsed it personally within themselves. Esoteric schools and movements. Throughout history, there have been rare individuals who achieved a shift in consciousness, experiencing directly what most religions teach symbolically. To describe their realization, they use the language of their own religious traditions, leading to the birth of movements like Sufism in Islam, Advaita Vedanta in Hinduism, and Zen in Buddhism. These movements were often iconoclast, challenging rigid interpretations and focusing on inner transformation over ritual or belief. By breaking down mental construct and belief structures, they revitalized the transformative power of original teachings. Yet, their reach remained limited. with only a small minority finding access to these profound teachings. Over time, some of these esoteric schools also became rigid and lost their original effectiveness. The possibility of transformation or awakening is real. Humanity's capacity to recognize its own dysfunction is a testament to its potential for growth. Although much of mainstream religion has contributed to division, the essential truth that all major religions point to is still accessible, shining beneath layers of misunderstanding. As individuals awaken and embrace a new consciousness, they become part of a silent revolution, a collective movement towards peace, unity, and compassion. We can say, I open myself to inner truth beyond all external beliefs. I embrace the potential for transformation and growth within me. I recognize and release patterns of division to create harmony and unity. This concludes our exploration of how humanity's deepest traditions hint at both the struggle of human consciousness as the potential for a profound unifying transformation. Through awareness and openness to the wisdom within, we step closer to true inner peace and harmony within others. Spirituality and religion. Have you ever wondered about the difference between spirituality and religion? Today, more people are starting to see these two as separate ideas. But why is this shift happening? And what does it mean for how we connect to ourselves and to the world? What is the difference between religion and spirituality? In the past, many people thought being religious automatically made you spiritual. But that's not always true. Religion often follows fixed rules and beliefs. While these beliefs can guide us, they sometimes create barriers. For example, some people think their beliefs are the absolute truth, and anyone who thinks differently is wrong. This mindset can lead to judgment, separation, and even conflict. True spirituality, on the other hand, comes from within. It's about connecting to your deeper self and finding peace, love, and awareness in how you live. The rise of spirituality beyond religion. In the past, religion was the main source of spiritual guidance, especially in the West. Religious leaders and institutions decided what was right or wrong, but things are changing. Many people are exploring spirituality without relying on traditional religions. Teachings from Eastern philosophies encourage people to look inward, not just follow external rules. Even within religion, many are now asking deeper questions like, how does my faith help me live more consciously? How does it make me kinder and more present in my daily life? Spirituality today is less about what we believe and more about how we live. The ego versus new consciousness. As more people wake up to this inner spirituality, the ego fights back. The ego thrives on rigid beliefs and the need to feel right. This can make some individuals and groups hold on tighter to old ways of thinking. Some examples are religions or political groups insisting that they are the only ones who know the truth, resistance to change even when the world is moving forward. But history shows us that rigid systems eventually collapse. A new way of living. This shift isn't about rejecting religions or beliefs. It's about moving from a life controlled by the mind and ego to one guided by awareness and love. Here's how you can embrace this new consciousness. Focus on inner growth. Ask yourself, how aware am I in this moment? Am I living with kindness and understanding? Let go of rigid attachments. It's okay to have beliefs, but don't let them define your entire identity. Be open to learning and growing. Stay present. Spirituality isn't something far away. It's in how you treat yourself and others every day. The future is about connection, not division. As we let go of rigid beliefs and ego-driven thinking, we create a space for a life full of compassion, awareness, and unity. We can say, I open my heart to wisdom beyond beliefs. I welcome growth and new understanding with an open mind. I embrace a conscious life filled with love and awareness. Thank you so much for being with me today. This is Fateme Kazemi, and welcome to Wisdom of Persia.